want to talk a bit today about fresh customer service. Now, many of you have heard customer service, and you've been taught customer service, and you've talked about customer service for many, many years. But I want you to think about customer service in a bit of a different context today, and that's why I call it fresh customer service. I'll make it quick because I know you're busy, and I'll tell you about a recent study that came out in the Associated Press poll that America is becoming a more and more impatient nation. That study said that we are a nation that gets antsy after being on hold for 5 minutes. If we're on the phone for 5 minutes, we as Americans, we want to hang up. We just don't have that time. And if we're standing in line, 15 minutes is about the end of the day. We think that the end of the world is coming. Almost 1 in 4 people in that poll pick the grocery store checkout as a line where their patience is most likely to melt like ice cream in their shopping cart. If we understand this poll as an example, what greater proof do we need to know that we as Americans want it all and we want it now? What greater proof do you need in order to realize that today's customers want fresh customer service that exceeds their expectations, and again, they want it now? They are no longer willing to put up with our pseudo attempts at customer service and our fancy customer service slogans and our programs of the month, and we never really deliver customer service. We say that we're about customer service and the customer is important and we want to really deliver this. Customers have come to a point they're saying, enough of that, give me customer service, I want it now, or I'll walk or I'll go someplace else. But there's something in it for you if you get it right. Your commitment to delivering fresh customer service, which is about making it right now, will lead to a world-class customer service experience that will in turn enhance the bottom line. So if you're able to deliver fresh customer service, not the stuff that you said you've been delivering before but never really delivered it, you're able to enhance the bottom line. We traditionally think of customer service as, oh, that's what they do at McDonald's when you're driving through or you're going up to the counter, that's customer service. But I want to challenge you today to think about customer service beyond that small population. We are all providers of customer service, and there are a number of organizations that provide customer service, but they don't really think they are. You think about the college president, the professor at the college. You think about the nonprofit organization. You think about politicians. You think about churches, temples, and synagogues. You think about schools. Think about your spouse and your friends. We're all delivering a customer experience to someone. Some people actually scratch their hair to say, what are you talking about? That's not customer service. How can that be customer service? I'll tell you a story if you would bear with me. I attended a very, very large church. Probably about, I think, 5,000 people would attend this church. And the usher brought up a group of people to the front of the church on a queue that really, there was actually 6. There were only 5 seats there. There were 6 people. And she insisted that they sit here, even though it meant putting one person on a different row. The people, you could look on their faces to see the disgust that this is not what we want to do. The people around them were a bit antsy because this usher was trying to squeeze these 6 people in there when there were only 5 chairs. I don't know if she got a sign from God to tell her that these people must sit here today, otherwise they will be doomed. But she insisted that they sit there. I could see the expression on their face. Finally, I think she must have got a word from God or somebody that this isn't going to work. So she took them to the back of the church. Now, why she couldn't figure that out from the beginning, that's what experience she was giving these people were not something that they were happy with. She was disturbing the experience of the people around them. So you think about these are parishioners or people coming to church. Think about it from that. The experience that you're providing to people becomes part of customer service. You should treat everyone like a customer, as such that the fresh customer service experience is infused in every practice of our lives. That way we become good at it. But for now, we won't try to cover every organization. We'll focus on an organization that's providing a product or a service to a customer, much like we see today, is what we will talk about in terms of fresh customer service. Before we can really understand fresh customer service, we must realize the importance of the frontline employee. The employee is number 1, not the customer. The customer is actually number 2. The employee is number 1, not the customer. They're actually number 2. I want that to marinate on your brain for a minute. The employee is number 1, not the customer. They're number 2. You look a bit shocked because we don't normally think about that. We oftentimes say, well, the customer is number 1. We don't think in terms of the employee being number one. And that's the difference around fresh customer service. The key to operating a successful operation is that customers should always come in second and the employees matter more. Think about that. Happy employees, if they're happy to be there, they're enthusiastic, they're very passionate about what they're doing, that passion is contagious and they're pouring their heart into what they're doing. It's difficult to ask an unhappy employee to smile. We will oftentimes tell an employee, you got to smile at every customer, you got to be excited. The customer's important, you got to treat them like royalty. And the employee is saying to themselves, and you treat me like dirt and you want me to treat the customer nice? Is that not an oxymoron of what? It's critical that we understand this first before we move any further. The employee is number one, not the customer, they're number two. Understanding this, we need to make a genuine commitment to the frontline employees. Employees need to feel appreciated. They need to be motivated. They need to be felt like they're important, like they really are. If you ever hope to provide a world-class customer service experience through fresh customer service, then you need to take care of the frontline employees first.